the performance and the tracing related transaction code here. So ST01 system trace, ST02 tune summary buffers and hit ratio, ST03 up to these three transaction codes we have discussed, right? So today let's discuss about the ST04, ST04 and ST05 and the DB related transaction codes here. So ST04. So what is mean by ST04 here? So this is the DB performance monitor transaction code here. DB performance monitor transaction code here. So whenever you go to the ST03, then we can see the SAP workload analysis. SAP workload analysis, we can see it here. So the DB02, the ST04 is the DB performance here. DB performance here. So DB performance, CPUs, how many CPUs are using, connections, right? So all those things we can monitor it here, right? So and also you can see the overview and current DB collectors data. So and also so if you use ST04 or so we can use the one single transaction code that is called the DBA Cockpit. DBA Cockpit. This is for the all database related things, all DB related things we can see it here. All the DB related screens we can see it in the one transaction code that is called the DBA Cockpit here. So which means if you go to the ST04, then you will see the database performance related screen, same as like DBA Cockpit. So then if you go to the DB01, then you can see the database logs here. Database logs here. So DB performance monitor here. Let me write it here. Then DB01 is for the DB logs, DB deadlocks, we can see it here. Same as like SM12 here, right? So DB02 is for the space. So those related things we can see it here, right? And also DB13, DBA planning calendar here, DBA planning calendar here. So there it kind of database related jobs we can execute it from the DB13 here, backups and etc. And the DB12 is for the checking the backup logs and etc. We can see the DB12 here. So these all are the DB related transaction codes here. If you use one by one this transaction code, or directly you can go to the DBA Cockpit, you will see this type of screen here, DBA Cockpit here. So here, if you see here, so system performance here, the configuration, database connection, some monitor, so the calendar, so all those things, how many connections in the database level. So these are the active connections and disconnected connections. We can see it from here, right? Which is initiated by the R3. R3 means your SAP system. So database level, it is initiated. So then performance, DB performance tab, it is called the DB14 is the transaction code. So if you go to the DB14 or DBA Cockpit, you will get all those things here. Here, SQL statements, IO performance, what is the input-output performance of the database level, right? So these things we can get it out here. Then, so logs, DB01 is for the database logs. Are there any blocking logs? So all those things you can see it from here. So if any database logs, so the only thing is we need to do the restarts. So otherwise DB logs, we cannot clear it here. The next one is the memory, database memory. If you see here, you can see the database memory, how much is the physical memory, what is the page file size for this database, then what is the available size for here, and SQL Server memory. So all those things we can see it from here, database related things here, right? So, and if you go to the history of the statements, blocking history, performance, indexes, right? So space DB02 is the space history here. If you go to the DB02 here, what is the current space here? What is the free space here? All the information. You can also see the largest tables. Largest tables. What are the tables which are very largest in the database level, which frequently updating and fast growing tables? Why? Because each and every data it will update into the DB table level, right? Database level, table level, it will update it here. So here we can find out what are the largest tables, means table size here. And also which are the tables which are growing very fastly compared to the other tables which are going very fastly here. Here you can get the results here, right? So you can see, so repo load, and so repo SRC, some other tables here. These all are the tables here. You can see these all are the tables here, which are going very fastly here, right? So, which are the huge size tables here. If we go to the fast growing tables, in the large tables, which are tables are fast growing, means heavily the data processing is happening in which tables here. So here you can find out, we go to the fast growing tables, here we can review the table history here. Then history, HTML functions, backups and recovery. So all those things, you can see it here, all those things. So we can see it. Database, when the time of database topic, you will get more on this one here. So we are discussing about the HANA database topic, right? So that time you will get so more on the how to monitor the databases, how to stop, start, and so the more detailed information we will discuss in day-to-day classes here in the database time. So you don't need to log into the database level. From SAP level also, you can just log into the SAP system, then use the DBA Cockpit or DB related transaction codes, DB related transaction codes. Then you can check the all the database related things here. Database level means DB performance, DB space, tables. The tables we have the indexes, right? And the backups, so database related jobs, all those things will be available in the database level. So using this transaction codes, so we can find out the all the database related things and everything. We can check it out here. We can check it out here. So that is the DB fast growing tables. See here, why? Because it retrieving the history, size history. Why? Because first time we are doing here. So that is the reason. So it's a top 50, the the fast top 50 tables which are fast going table. I mean to say it is getting the history from the database level here. So it is going and hitting the database level, then it will display the results here. It will display the results here. That is the DB table history here. Suppose otherwise, if you go to the DB01 separate transaction code, you will get the logs related transaction code directly here. Otherwise, DBA Cockpit, that is also it will open here. That will also, it will open it here. DB related logs transaction code here, right? But this screen is common for DBA Cockpit or all the transaction code here. Suppose if I go to the DB02, the same screen you will get it out here. But here direct the space related screen it will go here DB02. So directly the space, the warning, space related transaction codes it will go here. But same screen here. Then if I go to DB03, DB03. No. So here you can see the SQL Server instance. So all the details here. It's all are DB related only. All are so DB related transaction codes only here. So if you go to the so DB13 database planning calendar here. DB13 DBA planning calendar here. DB13 here database related. So any checks, any jobs you want to schedule it. we can schedule it using the DBA planning calendar here. So this is the DBA planning calendar here. Suppose you want to run the any job, you want to run the anything. So these are the action pads here. So you want to check the database consistency, everything. Suppose every Sunday, so 7 o'clock, I want to check the DB action like then. Just select the Sunday, just click on the add. So then, so suppose if you want to run anything, suppose I want to check the consistency status of the database here. Consistency check of the database here. So I selected the database here, database consistency check here, the recurrence. So weekly, every Saturday or every Sunday, every Saturday or Sunday, we need to check that one. So then just click on the add to the calendar so that the step is added here. The step is added to the here. So that what will happen? So every day, these are the actions will be executed. Suppose if you want to take the automatic backups, transaction log backups, user database, suppose anything database related things, we will use it here. So normally for taking the backups are those things, we have tools, separate tools. So we will use those tools here. Instead of SAP, we will use the separate tools to take the backup of the databases and everything here, right? So that is the DB13 here. So if you go to the DB12, we can check the logs here. When was the last backup happened? History of the backups here. Backups means taking the copy of the your database here for safer side. So there here you can see not found fast. So there is no backup. We have not executed any backup in the system here. You can see here we have never executed any backups in the system here. So that's why it's showing the not found here, right? So backup history here. So and so if you use all these transaction codes in one hand, but if you use the DBA Cockpit, you will get all the details here. DBA Cockpit here. So if you see the DBA Cockpit transaction code here, you will see all the transaction codes in. So one screen here. So you can see the transaction codes here. So you will get all the tabs here. So these all are the database related things here. Suppose if you want to check the missing indexes and tables, so alerts, jobs, configuration, anything here, we can check it out, all those things here. If any database level alerts, so you can just check the alerts monitoring, we can check the database related alerts and everything here. So there is an error. So free space. Check the free space related errors here, right? So the jobs, DB13 valid calendar here. The configuration here, overview configurations, backup, space, performance, system data, system landscape, all the database related things we can check it from SAP level, which means you don't need to go to the database level, execute the queries, check all those things here, right? So it's not required here. Just what we can do, we can execute the commands, execute the things from data. So just transaction reports in the SAP level that will be executed here. That will be executed in the system here, right? That is called the DBA Cockpit transaction code here. Cockpit transaction code. So normally, if it is the HANA database, suppose, then we will use the HANA Studio. That is the one which we are going to discuss. That we will use the HANA Studio. HANA Studio, we will use it. Then we will check the performance of the database, space, all those whatever we see it here, everything. There is a separate tool for HANA databases that is called the HANA Studio. That time you will get more details about this DBA Cockpit and everything here, right? So the next one, ST05. It is called the performance trace system, performance trace here, tracing. So tracing here. This is also ST01 fast growing tables. You can see the fast growing tables here. So what is the delta which got grown here? So all the information you can see it here, fast growing tables here. The results got displayed here. The results got displayed here. So you can see here what are the tables which are fast growing tables here, in which date which is got grown up fastly. So all the information it is showing here. All the information it is showing here. This is just to for the performance perspective, it is showing all the information here. Then if you go to the ST05 here, this is called the performance trace here. So ST01 is for the system trace, which we discussed yesterday. In case of some authorization errors, we could not find in the SU53. So that time we will go to the ST05 transaction code. So sorry, ST01 transaction code, we will enable the transactions here, right? So here you can see, so tracing. Tracing we can activate it here. Someone activated the tracing on 29th. 29th they have activated. Still date, the tracing is active here. Tracing is active here. Let's deactivate the trace. Then just click the display the trace here. Here it will show the traces, so details, all the information. It will show how the performance at database level, system level. So whenever you execute the any query, so where it is going, which table, which program it is referring here. So all the information it will be tracked here. All the information will be tracked here. You can see what are the statement it is executed. Normally, what we will check is duration. Duration of the each and every statement here. Whenever you hit the any transaction here, so the transaction backend, it will do the some processing here. It will do the some processing. It will go to the table level. The table level, it will execute something here, right? So all those things will happen here. So here, so we can check the options here. Here we can check the, so which transaction, which table, so all those things. So suppose if I filter it out here, so this is the 2604 seconds. This is the microseconds here. So that what other transaction codes are taking a very longer time here. Here 15,000 microseconds here. So that 12,000 microseconds here. So here we need to find out the which one is taking the very longer longer target time here. This is the program. This is the one of the theory related program here. This is the object. This is the table here, which taking the selection statement is taking the very longer time here. The selection statement is taking the very longer time to respond here. Then we need to look at out the what's happening in the database level. All kind of things we can check it out here. All kind of things we can check it out here, right? So here you can see, so remaining transactions, how much time. So each and everything. Suppose I have deactivated now, trace has been deactivated, right? Trace has been deactivated. Now what I will do, I will enable the trace. Activate. Okay. So I activated the trace. Then if I deactivate the trace, then click on the display the trace. So then, so here the data will be displayed here. The data, whatever the data in the fraction of seconds, the data will be so displayed here. The data will be displayed here. So this is the way we can enable the trace here, the trace. So trace functionality is here, right? So it will read the records, trace records at the file system level. So then it will display the results here. So what happened? How much time it's taken to open the records, data, which table, what is the issue. So sometimes we may face the some performance issues of the user, one user transaction. Then we should know how to activate the trace for so that transactions here. How to activate the trace for the transactions here. Then in this case, we have to come to the either ST01, ST05 performance trace. Then enable the performance trace, then collect the trace records and everything. Then just download it, then inform to the SAP. Or we can also check from our side, so what's happening exactly in the database level. Well, because each and every request should go to the database level, it will pull the data, then it should display. But here, so why it is taking here? Request is going to the database level. From the database level, which table it is referring. So why in the taking the time is the table size is very huge. So what's happening? All the information we can find out from the Here in the table level, we can find out here all the information. We can get it out here. All the information we can get it out here. So here you can see in the trace, we got the trace here. Here, what we got it here, this is the one of the program name. This is the table. This is a statement which is executed here. This is a statement which is executed here. So here, what are the fields? It is referred here in the table level. So all the information, it will be displayed here. All the information, it will be displayed here. That is called the table level filter here, right? Table level data we can find out from here, which means each and everything, it will go to the database level via SQL statement. So that SQL statement, how much time it is taking to get the data. So all the information we can find out in the ST05 here. ST05 is the tracing functionality, which means performance trace. So ST01, ST05, both are the tracing related. ST01 is for the system trace. Then ST05 is the performance trace here. System SQL statement wise, we can find out the tracing functionality here. So then, since we are discussing about the tracing, so we have one more transaction code for the tracing is called the ST12. ST12 also, this is one of the important tracing functionality here. This is also one of the important tracing transaction code here. We go to the ST12 here. It will not exist. I think we have removed. I think ST05 then. Yeah, it will not exist. Yeah. So then ST06 here. This is the operating system level, OS level monitoring here, OS level things here, like so RAM, CPU, file system, OS level, what will be there? OS, RAM, CPU, file systems, disks, network, so bandwidth, so all those things are available, right? So DBA Cockpit is the database level related, all those things we can see. So ST06 is the OS level things. So ST03 is the SAP level workload analysis. So each level, we have the three-tier architecture, each level. So we have the three levels, OS level, SAP level, DB level. So OS level, you can check this transaction code, what's happening with the CPUs and RAM. So database level, you can check this DBA Cockpit here. So then SAP level, ST03 or ST03N transaction codes are available. So you can check all those things here, right? So here, just to go to the here. So just to go to the ST06 is the transaction code. Here you will get the all the information here. So the data operating system monitor here. So what is your operating system name? Who is the hardware manufacturer here? So average processing time of the each CPU here. So system utilization, how much is the system utilization? What is the idle time? Which means user utilization is 4%. Only 4% out of 100. So system and user both are 6%. Remaining idle time. Idle time means free time. So free time is only for 94% here. How many number of CPUs you allocated? You have 8 CPUs here. So each CPU cores one thread here, right? So what is the memory related information here? It's not only the snapshot is not only from the present. We can also get the previous hours also here. The previous hours, how it was the previous hours here. What is the 16th hour? How it was executing and running here, right? So with each hour, user utilization is very more, 14%, 16%, which means so user utilization, so 3 o'clock. So 1, 2, 3, third hour. Third hour is user utilization is very more here, right? Then here 0 hour, 1, 2, 3. This 4 hours user utilization is very more. Then after that, it's very quite normal. This system is very normal here. So like that, we can find out the, which here also we can see the hourly wise. we can see the what is the system utilization, which how much time system is taking to for utilize the all your CPUs and our thing. So how much time, what is the your previous, like your users are taking the how much average, the user percentage, how much percentage users are taking here, right? So all the information it is taking here, all the information it is giving the information here, right? Idle percentage means how much it is the free, how much is the free system is free here, right? So here number of CPUs, all the information it is showing here. So you go to the memory also, what is the free memory here, what is the free memory here. So why it is the free 1 GB is free memory, then slowly it is decreasing the average 700 MB, the free memory it is maintaining at operating system level. What is the memory we allocated here, right? So 21 GB we allocated here, then in that only 700 MB to 0, like it's less than 1 GB is free, less than 1 GB is free here. So which means, so memory utilization also very less here, right? Which it is utilizing the more, the free memory is very less, I mean to say. So here we can see the utilizations, memory utilizations. So disk utilization, C drive, then E drive. So C drive, what is the utilization here? Then D drive, E drive, what is the utilization here? So all the data, how many bytes, KBs it's transferred per second. So all the information we have here, right? So LAN, network related things here. So there is the ours is the Intel network, Intel Ethernet network here. So there, so what is the each hour, how many packets are in, how many packets are error, is there any errors in the systems? You can see it here, how many packets are in errors. So all the information we can see it from here. Here this is a file system space and everything. So here, like this, the historical, the previous hours related information also we can see it here. Not only present, but also the previous hours also we can see it here. The previous hours history also we can see it here. But it's a very longer days, it's not available. So only previous hours, 2-3 days data, we can see it in the system here. Then it will functions, hardware information, LAN parameter. So this is for the, when it will be useful means, whenever you don't have the operating system level access, then you need to check what is causing the what is the top CPU process which are consuming the more data here. Then here we can find out all the information here. System, file, network, SAP, ADM. What are the users are using the most CPU time here. So this is the most CPU, SQL process is using the most CPU time here. Then one more user, then user. So Chrome, something, someone opened the Chrome and is doing something downloading. Someone is open Explorer, Chrome. So Chrome. So something like, so our guys are doing something. Everything is recorded here. Everything is getting recorded here. So what is the process ID? What is how much CPU percentage he is using, right? So all the information, he has a less work. Is all are the less work. But only here you can see the system related process using 15% of CPUs here, right? CPU percentage it is using here, right? Remaining all are less here. Some of the work process, this plus work means some of the work process here it is using here, right? So that monitored process. These are all the OS level information. ST06 is mainly for the OS level information here. ST06 is for the mainly operating system level information to find out what caused the issue and all kind of information. We can see it in the ST06 here. So database level, DBA Cockpit. SAP level, I want to know why SAP system is slow, response, what executed, what happening, and all those things we can find out in the ST03 N or ST03 transaction code here. Right? So these are the some performance related transaction codes here. Right? Then ST07, this is not much useful, but here component wise, how many users are logged into the system? ST07 here. Component wise, how many users are in the each and every component, the data will be displayed here, right? So component wise, total number of users 103, in that work process is the 70. So that 17 work process, right? In that basis comp who are using, we all are the basis team. So basis components are used by the 6 users. Then in these 3 users are active here, which 2 work process are in progress here. So session for user, this is the one, right? Application server is only one here. So some components wise, if you are using the finance, FICO, SJs, like that, the components wise, the applications will be displayed. Each application, how many users, like it kind of user distribution. How many users are, suppose if we have the users, so this many users, what they are using, how many users are using the basis components, how many users are using the basis components also. Some people they are using the ABAP runtime environment ST0, ST22 here. Then ST22 syntax compile runtime errors. 2 users are using that one here, right? Some users they are using the user administration here. User administration here. User and administration. We can get the some clear picture here. If we go to the AL08 here also we can get the some information here. If we go to the AL08, there you can see the one user 000 client. So one person is logged into the 000 client is using the SU01 transaction code. Some other, you can see SM59, right? So some other AL08, it's me, right? So basis user, basis admin user. So you have the transaction code. See, lot of things are happening in the systems here, right? So these are the some performance application monitor, and ST07 is for the application monitor and user distribution, application monitor and user distribution here. So the next one AL11, all SAP directories here. All SAP directories, we can see it from the AL11 transaction code here. If you go to the, suppose you want to something in the C drive, if you go to the AL11, just click on the OK button. You can see the all the SAP directories will be displayed here. All the SAP directories will be displayed here. So I will explain how to get this what are the each and every folder represents. So we have the OS level file system folder structure. So, but that structure here also we can view it here. Here also we can check that file system structure and all those things here. File system structure and everything we can check it out here, right? Suppose each and everything we have the work process logs here, right? So I think we have not discussed about the SAP file system structure, right? File system structure, I think we have not discussed on this one. Okay, so here A11 is the transaction code. All SAP directories we can see it from here, right? Then ST11, this is the error log files. Only work directory related one folder will be displayed here in the ST11. ST11 is for the only work directory log files here. Work directory log files here. If you go to the ST11, you'll see the only work directory related log files are getting displayed here. So what we will do it here. Suppose system is slow, some work process is running for a long time. We need to check what is happening. If you open the file name, you will get the trace here. If you open the file name, you will get the trace here. So the traces and all, we can see it from here. So the log file will be opened here. There we can view the log file. So we can view the log file. We can see what is the error message, which means you don't need to log into the operating system level. Go to the USR SAP SID directory here. So there USR, so SAP, so SID, there the instance number, go to the work directory here. Just to open the log files here. You don't need to just to open the log file and see the traces here. Just from here, from SAP level itself, we can open the log file. Then we can see the traces here for troubleshooting purpose. This work directory is for the troubleshooting purpose here. We will use it here, work directory troubleshooting purpose here. So let me explain the directory structure here. Let me explain the directory structure here, how the SAP directory structure will be here, right? So SAP file system structure.
Hey
So
Ravi, before you move forward, I just have a question on DB13.
yes,
So since one database is supporting one application in DB13, when you were trying to add to the calendar, it showed you ECP system and ECD system.
right. Why? Because that ECD, ECP installed on the same host, it's sharing the common database software.
Even though the database is different.
Yeah, database is different, but it is using the common database like ECD, ECP, means it is using the common database. Means common database software it is using, but instances are created separately. Separate instances are created here. DB software is common same, but in the software we have the multiple SIDs are installed. It kind of MCOD, multiple databases in one host, MCOD, MCOS. There is a concept is there. Let me show you here. Means it kind of, when it comes to the HANA database, it kind of tenants concept.
Right. But in other normal databases, they can also support multiple systems on the same DB.
Yes, multiple SIDs you can install it here. If you go to the databases, so we have the ECD, ECP, ABC, XYZ,
Okay.
things we can install it here.
And the other one, ST11, that's for developer trace, right?
Yeah, developer trace means it display the work directory trace only. Work directory trace, still 11. All the work directory files are available here. Dev_work process one. Error log files, I mean to say. Error log files, all the log files. Whatever there in the ST by work directory, all will be shown in the one picture here. Instead of you
Okay.
go to the A11, then directly click the work directory. Here it will display the all the log files here. So here, all the log files here. dev_pp, dev_rfc, dev_sem, dev_work process. All the log files are available here. Instead of to directly go to the ST11, so here it will show the same log files here as well. The current information, all those things will be shown here.
Okay.
Okay. So whenever we do the installation of the SAP systems, so there is a folder structure. The files and folders will be created at operating system level. Operating system level. Files and folders will be created at operating system level. For any SAP system, if you install it, the first it will create the USR, then SAP, then SID. SID is the common. If you install the SID, ECD, ECP, NWD, NWQ, it will create the SID. Under the SID, we have again 3 folders will be created here. One is the D, means the primary application server, D instance number. That second one is the ASCS instance number here. The third one is the sys here. If you see here, you go to the USRSAP SID sys. Here we have the sys. So D instance number, D means so dialog instance means application server here. Then ASCS instance here. ASCS instance here. These 3 folders will be created here. Temporary means temporary directory here. All the temporary data will be returned to the this one. We don't require this one. So but here, so sys, if we go to the sys here, under the sys here, we have again folders are called the again subfolders exe, sys exe, sys profile. Then the third one is the sys global here. Right, 3 profiles here. Exe means it's a kernel binaries like kernel directory. All the SAP level executable files. SAP level executable files are available in this exe folder here. In this exe folder, there is a unique code, there is a NTADF. Then, so here you will get the So here you will get the all the kernel files here, library files here. For the operating system, so Windows System 32, how it is important here, program files. For SAP also, it's are the very important here. So your SAP system is running, you are able to work, you are able to log in with because of the your so kernel files here. Because of your kernel files, kernel means this DLL files, .dll files, .exe files. These all are the DLL files here. Here, message server is responding, Java server is responding, ICMR is responding, like work pros are working here because of the displus work library, dpmod, dispatcher, so dispatcher, disp. So these all are working because of the because of the NQ server is working, message server is working, because of the this kernel files are exist at OS level. It will be so during the installation time, what we will do? We will download the latest version of the kernel files and we will give it to the SWPM tool. Then SWPM will create the folder structure at operating system level. This is the folder structure here. So in this folder structure, you have the all the binaries and everything is available here. So if you miss, if you delete, something is happens here, SAP will down immediately. SAP will not function. SAP will not function. It is the core of the core components of the core, I mean to say, the core executables of the SAP system, operating system. It is a communication between operating system and your SAP, this executable files here. So these executable files are the very important here. So only during the kernel upgrade time, normally we will also upgrade these binaries from one version to another version. So during the kernel upgrade time, we will replace all those things here. That time we will work on it. So other than that, we won't touch this kernel files here. This is a very important file system structure here. The next one important folder is the global here. So in the global directory, here we have the job logs, spool logs, some security related SSF keys. So those will be available here. The security related SSF keys. So it will be installed. So here the settings are available here. Security settings here. Some system internal security settings, the keys and job logs, spool logs are located here in this directory here, global directory. The questions they may ask you, so where the job logs and spool logs are available here, the global directory here. EXE, kernel executable files. It is the executable files are communication between your operating system and your SAP application layer here, right? The profiles, right? Normally, we discussed about the profiles, sys profiles here, right? We have the three types of profiles here, right? So default profile, so application server instance profile, then ASCS profiles here. So normally RZ10, RZ11, you are changing RZ10, RZ11. Sometimes we will change all these profiles and everything. From here also we can change it. When you don't have the SAP level access, emergently you need to change it. Then we have to go to this profiles. Here we can change the values here. We can change the values of all the parameters and everything. We can add it to this here. Profiles here. RZ10, RZ11. If you change the RZ10 and RZ11, it will be changed here only. Otherwise, you can directly come to this profile directory. Here also you can change all the profiles and the parameters. You can change it here. If you open the parameters profile, then there are the list of parameters are available here. There are the list of parameters are available here. These parameters we can enable it here. These parameters we can change it here from here. Here itself we can change it here. So recommended to change it from SAP level itself only. Why? Because to maintain the consistency of the versions and everything, so we have to change it from the SAP level itself using the RG10 and RG11 transaction codes here. Okay. So these are the three important folders here. Three important folders here. So three important folders: profile, global, and EXE directory here. EXE directories here. Three important folders here. Then let's go to the D instance number here. Right? D instance number here. Here we have important folder is like work directory, Then here also we have the exe. Here also we have the data. Here also we have the statistic log. So log folder. So like that we have the folders are available here itself here. So here we have the exe directory. This is the global exe directory. Why? Because under the system, this is a global exe directory. This is the instance specific exe directory. Means we have the exe files are located in the three locations here. Three locations here. What is the sysexe? The second one is the instance, ASS instance exe. The third one is the application server, D instance number exe here. These are the folders here, right? So if you see here, so D instance number, so data folder, all the statistics files, the trace files, all are available here. Normally we have enabled the trace statistics, it kind of, so statistics files, the ST03 statistics files, all those things are available. Statistics we are seeing from ST03. So something we are seeing, right? Because of this log files here, because of this statistics here, right? Data folder here. So exe, same exe executable directories only here. Same whatever you have in the sysexe directly, sysexe instance exe, you have the executable directory here. IGS related log files here. So then log directory, logs. So logs, normally in ST01, ST02, you are enabling the traces, right? So those traces related details are available at file system level here. So which means, so SAP, so whenever its trace is enabled, it will create the some file called the trace. So in the trace, all the data will be recorded here. All the data will be recorded here. So those data, so we can see it from here itself. Like data you are unable to see due to some permission issue, we can log into the operating system level. Then you can see the information from here itself. Here itself, you can just check the information here, trace and alerts here. So the next one, sec directory, all the PSC certificates related things. I will explain about the trust SSO2. So, but that certificates related, system related certificates are available in the sec directory. I will explain more details when I am explaining about the trust transaction code here, right? Then work directory here, work directory. This is the very important log file here. So the system, if any performance issues, SAP level issues, or anything, one common troubleshooting directory is called the work directory. Here in the work directory, so we need to check, suppose in SAP level, everything will be processed by work process, right? Suppose everything, like if you go to the everything, user request taking, processing, background jobs, everything, the logs will be, this work process will handle the request here. So here, if you open the any work process log file, so number, work process 0, 1, 2, each work process, there is a number here, right? Work process number 0, work process number 1, work process number 2 here. So here you can see the work process number 0, work process number 1, work process number 2. So what that work process is doing here, all the information we can track it here. All the information we can see it from the OS level here. The operating system level, we can find out from here. Otherwise, here itself, select the work process here. We go to the administration, trace, to display the file, the current trace. Then you will see the trace SAP level, the trace information. You can see it from here. Okay, you can see the trace files from here. Or so here work directory, just open the DBB underscore dev underscore work process 0. Why? Because each work process 0, there is a prefix is called the dev underscore, DBB underscore 0, DBB underscore 1, DBB underscore plus 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like that. We have the work process number log files here. Suppose you want to check the dispatcher, you want to check the ICM, you want to check the gateway, you want to check the message server. So you want to check the work directory log files are available. This is the application servers related. In the application server, what are the process running? Application server means here we have the SAP work process, dispatcher, ICMAN, all the process are available here, right? So all the process related information. You can see it here. Here same trace. Here also same trace here, right? same trace here. So here also we can view it, or in the SAP level also we can view the traces here. SAP level also we can view the traces here, right? This is the traces here. That is the one thing here. Then one more thing here. So same. This is the D instance number work directory here, right? If we go to the ASCS also we have similar data folder, right? So ASCS executable files. This is the message server, IQ server related executable files. So then log directory, same log directory, alerts and everything. So same certificates, speak everything. Then work directory here. ASCS means we are here the message server, NQ server. So those related details we can see it from here. Why? Because in the ASCS only two processes will run. ASCS and message server, NQ server. Those related services things we can see it here. If any issues with the your ASCS instance, we can come to the ASCS work directory. We can check the log files, what's happening in the system and everything. If any issues with the application server, then go to the application server directory. So work directory. Here, the work directory is the main priority. Take the backup. Backup means copy. You can just store it to somewhere so that tomorrow, why? Because this will be overwritten. Whenever is some each process there is a limitation. Maybe there is a 200 MB something. There is a limitation, or the size limit, or the work process got restarted. It will create the what old file here, old file here. Suppose if you see here work process number this is the live current work process number trace here, right? So here work process here. So it will create the old file here, old OLD file here. So which means each work process there is a size here, 50 MB, or whenever we do the restart, it will create the dot old and fresh file will be generated here. Fresh file will be generated here. Fresh file will be so generated here. So fresh file will be old file here. So here each and every file it's the 50 MB. Maybe we can increase it by changing the parameters and everything here. Right? So dot old. You can see all the old files, the thing is here. So 50 MB, 50 MB, 50 MB. Sometimes whenever you do the restarts in between, it will create the dot old here, right? So this is the size of the each and every file here. Size is no one asked, but main thing is anything issues as part of the troubleshooting, you have to come to the here. You need to check so what's happening with the my work process. Why a work process are not taking the request here? Why SAP is not starting up here? So just if you check the one of the work process number log file, then you will get the clear picture here. What's happening in the database level? What's happening? All the information we can find out from the this work process log files and everything here. So if you open this one, so work directory is a common troubleshooting directory for everybody. You should know about this work directory. Remaining you can ignore it. No one asks questions. But this is the very important file here. This is the very important directory here. For as a business consultant, we should remember this directory and also the path, and we should investigate each and every issue here. So that is called the work directory here. Here there is a mount point actually here. Mount point means so normally USR SAP equals to SAP MMT. This is the sharing actually local network shares here. So if you use all these things, otherwise just you can use the SAP MMT. So there is a network share here. Let me open. Which that network share is so network level in the name of SAP MMT, it will be available here. SAP MMT. Maybe where I'm checking here. Okay, server level. Okay, I deleted that network share due to some issues. Oh, I am looking different path. So this is the path as well. Host name, if you use the host name, that in the network share, this is the local file system path set. ECD, ECP, these all are the local file system path. Same is the MMT, this is the global level MMT path. If you have more than application servers at everything, so then all application servers or ASCS instance will point to this global share, SAP MMT here. SAP MMT here. That is the network share here, network share folders here. We can also put the share, we can also cut the share here. So that's not a problem. Why? Because for the security purpose, what I can do, I can, so everybody is getting the share, I can remove the sharing here. So we can also put the sharing here so that whenever you access here, so it will be accessed by the everybody here, the remote level. So that is the share here, remote shares, network shares. I need to say network shares here. So we can also put any folder in the shared level so that everybody knows that one, right? So, but SAP will create these two folders here. One is the local, one is the global network shares here. So that all these file systems and everything will be mounted by file systems here. So this is the one.